When Jey Uso broke away from the Bloodline and stepped into the singles spotlight, many longtime fans believed WWE had found a new breakout star. He was the most beloved figure in the group after Sami Zayn. When the faction fractured, the crowd support seemed firmly behind Jey. Yet over time, something changed. The momentum that appeared so natural began slipping. In the early phase of his singles run, he won the Royal Rumble, earned a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, and captured top-tier gold. His merchandise soared, his catchphrase became a fan chant, and live arenas erupted when he entered. These are the building blocks of a main event star. But from a fan perspective, WWE's execution raised serious questions. Having earned affection as a loyal, gritty tag team warrior, Jey's transition promised something more. A main event run built on credibility, character depth, and a connection that extended beyond the gimmick. That was the hope. Instead, many fans say that the WWE gave him a simplified gimmick brand. The catchphrase worked. It sold merch and got chants. But for many, the in-ring product and presentation didn't match the energy of the Bloodline era. Fans pointed out that though the gimmick was working in terms of crowd reaction, it lacked the physical refinement and narrative clarity to sustain a main event push. From the perspective of the fans, they embraced Jey, but they wanted to believe that he was growing beyond it, improving his matches, delivering meaningful promos, showing championship-caliber resilience. That belief, many feel, wasn't realized. Jey's big single-star moments included his WrestleMania win over Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship and a rapid victory over Austin Theory. On paper, success. In reality, short-lived momentum and growing criticism. Fans began to point out sloppy matches, uneven booking, and a lack of meaningful defenses. As his reign progressed, fan sentiment shifted noticeably. One article noted that after winning a battle royal to earn another title shot, the YouTube highlight of his win garnered over 90,000 dislikes versus 15,000 likes, which is the third time Jey has had the most disliked video on the WWE channel in the past few years. For many in the fan base, that number symbolized a disconnect. Specifically, the frustrations often cited include matches that looked unfinished or misbooked, leaving Jey looking vulnerable rather than elite. Promos heavily relying on the catchphrase rather than deep storytelling or character evolution. Other stars, for instance, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Breaker perceived by fans as more deserving of the main event scene, but have been passed over. As one fan-oriented outlet stated, when such a wrestler is made to beat someone like Gunther, backlash is bound to follow. From the vantage point of the audience, a few key patterns emerge. The early push leaned heavily on novelty, tag team star turned solo contender, surprise Rumble win, etc. But to be a sustained main eventer, the expectation is consistent high-level performance. Many fans noted Jey's ring work remained that of a tag team star, not a dominant world champion. The brand was strong, but became shorthand for fun rather than champion. Promo-wise and match-wise, fans wanted more than the energy. They wanted credibility. When the gimmick fails to evolve, the enthusiasm can dry up. When Jey was put ahead of stars who fans felt had earned it more, the message became unclear. That undermining of trust has been a recurring theme in wrestling fandom. For example, one article said WWE's decision to keep Jey in the title picture despite the online backlash indicated the company is reportedly undeterred by negative fan reactions. Community sentiment is telling. On Reddit and fan forums, you'll find posts like, "He felt like one of the weaker world champions in recent memory." The video of Jey winning is now the most disliked WWE video of a year so far. But let's be clear, this is not trolling. Many voices are former fans who loved Jey with his brother, believed in his singles potential, and now feel a push that seems misaligned. They still respect his work ethic, charisma, and crowd reaction, but the translation from crowd favorite to credible world champion hasn't landed for them. One former tag team stalwart and real-life father Jey publicly expressed frustration over the booking, calling for an overhaul to protect his son's momentum. That level of concern from someone so close underscores how serious the perception problem has become among fans and insiders alike. Looking ahead, what must change to salvage the push from a fan perspective? WWE must refine Jey's in-ring presentation, showing fights that feel earned in the champion who can defend at a world-class level. Promos need depth beyond a catchphrase. The fans appreciate simplicity, but for a top star they expect nuance, stakes, emotion. The booking needs to align with long-term trust. If you're positioning Jey ahead of other stars, you must make that decision understandable and organic. Favoritism won't sit well if logic isn't built in. A possible path: shift to a hybrid role, maybe champion now, but with credible challengers and programs that elevate both him and the roster. Fans often accept a shorter title reign, if it makes sense narratively, not one that feels forced. To turn the tide of fan frustration and rebuild momentum, WWE needs to rethink Jey's character from multiple angles: in-ring style, promo work, story alignment, and overall presentation. Based on both fan commentary and wrestling analyst observations, here are the key changes that many believe could restore faith in his push and what fans themselves are asking for. Fans repeatedly point to Jey's in-ring work as the area needing the biggest upgrade. One article observed that while his signature finishers and branding are memorable, they're becoming predictable and less impactful. Fans have given some suggestions, saying maybe behind the scenes he bumps into some legend and works with him to build him a new finisher. Suddenly he has a new finisher to threaten Cody, as the right-hand man Jey Uso was more interesting as a character. Jey's entrance and catchphrase remain strong. His crowd pop is real. As Triple H noted, what matters most is connection with the audience. But many fans argue the promos need more depth beyond the hype. One Redditor wrote, one of the underlying fan complaints: the booking doesn't always reflect the character. For example, if Jey is headlining and meant to be a top-tier face, he needs wins and credible programs, not just quick victories and short title reigns. Fan sentiment shows this clearly. Jey Uso's journey from tag team sensation to supposed world champion has been one of highs and expectations. The crowd largely wanted to believe. They cheered his entrance. They bought his merchandise. They echoed his chant. But belief alone doesn't always translate into credibility. From where fans stand today, the push is not hopeless, but it is flawed. WWE gave him big moments: the Rumble win, the title win, the nation branding, but didn't fully deliver the sustained main event blueprint fans needed to buy into. When gaps appear, performance, booking, storytelling, fans' trust erodes rapidly. Whether Jey recaptures that momentum depends on alignment between performer, character, presentation, and booking. For the fans who still believe in his potential, the hope remains: evolve the gimmick, refine the craft, and show why Jey belongs at the top.